guys, welcome back to We Watch a Movie. Mike here with a Scream 6 update, because let's face it, baby, these days, you gotta have a sequel! But no, I mean, it's not been fucking officially announced. It's not been officially announced yet, obviously, but I think we all know we're getting Scream 6. With the way this thing's killing the box office, taking down Spider-Man, everybody wants to do it, we're getting a Scream 6. Can we just say it out loud? We're getting a Scream 6. Believe it? There's blood on my ceiling. Huh. I live a weird life. It's from a skit, obviously. I mean, I didn't murder someone in here this week. But yeah, so Scream update for you. There was this article that did, and there's going to be Scream 5 spoilers in this, just to warn you guys. But there was an article that the Scream directors did with fandom.com, and there's a ton of cool Scream 5 shit in there that I'm going to talk to you guys about. That also involves a little bit of what could happen in Scream 6. So little Scream 5, little Scream 6. I hope that my neighbors heard that coming out of there, and they wouldn't even fucking blink twice if they did, by the way. But anyways, they've heard me sing. It's almost as awful as that. But first off, from this, Chad was supposed to die. Chad, we saw in the trailer, it's like, oh, that dude's fucking dead. And then you saw him get attacked by Ghostface, so like, that dude's fucking dead. And then at the end of the thing, he's like, what's up, dudes? I'm just listening to Spotify. But they kind of did the thing with Dewey with him. In the script, he was dead. He was supposed to die, but when the filmmakers met him, they liked him so much, they decided to keep him before they even started shooting. So you can definitely expect to see some of him in Scream 6 and whatever's going to come up in the future, which we already kind of expected. A lot of these new cast members that survived are going to be in that movie. We're going to tie it together somehow. Who the fuck knows how, but we are. But something really interesting, and all you guys have brought this up to us and been tagging us in it and all that, because you guys know I have a huge hard-on for Stu. That sounded wrong, or did it? I have a huge video. I'm going to make this video that's just my entire Scream 6 pitch, by the way. If you watch the spoiler stream on Monday, I went into detail about how I think Stu was actually possibly the one who killed Dewey in the hospital, and I have a whole big reasoning for that. I won't get into it right now. I know some of you guys are sick of hearing me talk about Stu, so I'll try to be light on it in this video, okay? But I'm going to detail that in another video, and if you want to know that, I'm going to clip it out, post it on Twitter maybe, but it's on the spoiler stream. Surprisingly, a lot of you thought it was actually possible, which I appreciate. But no, long story short, I think Stu is running the entire thing, and there's reasons why I think that he was the one that killed Dewey in the hospital, which makes way more sense than Amber being the one to do it. And even if they didn't do that, I think that they should go back and retro fix that and make him the killer in Scream 6. But apart from that, Stu was in this movie. He did have a cameo. A lot of people are thinking he was Chromeface in that scene. I don't know if he was Chromeface in that scene, but if you pay close attention to what they actually said about it, the shot where they're looking at the phone and or the iPad or whatever it was, where you're looking at the phone and Chromeface is using the flamethrower in Stab 8. Now, what he actually said was, he said, oh no, so with Matt Lillard, we have his voice in the movie. He is the voice of the Stab 8 Ghostface with the flamethrower. And then he also has a line in the house that says, cool house, Freeman, at the party when Amber's walking by. And they say when you hear that again and you know it's him, you're like, oh fuck, of course that's him, because he's got such a notable voice. Just really cool that they did that. And also Randy, he did a video reacting to his thoughts on Scream, the new movie. He loved it. He talked about how Matthew Lillard and Skeet Ulrich were telling him, like, did you get the call? Like, did you get the call to come back? And eventually, I guess he did, because Randy's voice is in that scene in the house where you hear the dude go, hey, somebody's dad's breaking up the party or whatever. That's actually Randy's voice too. So he made it in there as well, which is pretty cool. Also, we find out that Drew Barrymore is the voice of the principal at the school, which I don't even remember hearing the voice of a principal, but they said, and then sort of deeper on another level, Drew also voiced cameos as the principal at the high school. That's her reading the announcement at the end of the school day. So that stuff's kind of cool. Yes, I just fixed the VHSs on the shelf. I'm very sorry for the completists and the people who are OCD that bothered, because it's going to bother me when I go to edit this fucking video. But moving on, Dewey's death, fucking hate it. Makes me fucking, I don't want it, Richard. I don't want it. Take it away. I spit on it, Richard. I hate even talking about Dewey's death because it makes me so mad. It gets me so upset in the night. Why couldn't you take Gail? The wrong kid died. But no, this is gonna, oh man, this is heart-wrenching. So when you read this article on Variety, he talks about how he found out. David Arquette's talking about when he found out about Dewey dying, how he reacted to it. He literally mentions at one point that at sometimes there, and he wasn't angry at the filmmakers. He's like, I understand this is how things work. But he was like, there's even times where they'll bring in the crew to take pictures, and then they'd be like, okay, now everybody who survived stay, everybody else go. Or like all this other stuff. And he's like, it's like it's like that kid on the playground who doesn't get picked to play kickball, and I'm like, God fucking damn it! Like, it's fucking sad enough, you fucking assholes. Anyways, I just thought what he says next is really interesting, and that'll lead us into one of the final things that we're going to talk about. But on Dewey's death and him and Gale, he said, he's like, talking about how we understand why he had to die. He says, I mean, you can't take Sydney. Sydney is a survivor, which I've always said, by the way. Some people want Sydney to die, or they want Sydney to be the killer. No, says I, because if you kill Sydney, then all the other movies are fucking pointless. You know, she went through all that just to get killed by Ghostface anyways. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. So I agree with him there. But he says, I mean, you can't take Sydney. Sydney's a survivor, and there was something noble about it for Dewey, which I agree with too. He says he was there to protect Sydney and the people of Woodsboro. There was a scene between Dewey and Gale, and there was a take they didn't use where I was super emotional. I sort of ad-libbed, I'm a failure. I couldn't save Judy. I couldn't save my sister. I think it was actually too emotional. Like, it was too much. And a lot of that emotion that I was going through at that time was mourning a loss. The loss of Wes was heavy on our hearts, especially in that scene. So that's interesting to me. I would love to see that scene, because I thought the scene that they did, you know, where she's like, you know, you're a lot of things, Dewey, but you know, you're not a coward. That whole scene, like, I was tearing up watching just that scene. So if there's another take where he actually mentions Tatum and he mentions all that stuff, I hope it's on the fucking DVD, man. Like, I hope it's there, because I really want to see that shit. And you know, just kudos to David Arquette, man. He killed it, and what a professional way to go out. He just didn't argue, understood the whole thing. I still fucking hate it for you, Dave. You can't kill David Arquette. There's literally a movie and a song about that. Fuck. Did you take it as a personal challenge, dick? And now to the big part of the update. Something that really lends itself to Scream 6. I've wondered at the end of Scream 5, and again, it's another thing we talked about in the spoiler stream on Monday, but I wondered at the end of Scream 5, you know, they're sitting there on an ambulance and the camera pans back and they're gone. You know, Dewey's obviously dead, but I wonder, like, do Sid and Gale come back, right? Because this is supposed to be, you know, a passing of the torch. Enjoy that torch. It's supposed to be passing the torch, right? We thought. You fucking thought. But we thought that this was gonna be a legacy character movie, and then they were gonna move on with the new cast. And nobody really said that. I think we just kind of expected it, so because it was kind of hard to get Nev to come back in the first place. So I didn't know. Like, at the end of that movie, I'm like, wait a minute, are we gonna do this again? Are they gonna bring them back again at some point, or is it time that we have to move on? Unless they're definitely gonna die. Because if you gotta raise the stakes by killing Dewey, then you pretty much, if you're gonna bring him back, you have to do the same thing for the next movie. So you're gonna kill Gale. You're not gonna kill Sydney, right? I don't know. To me, it's hard to figure out. I'm not saying they should or shouldn't bring him back, but this entire franchise is hard for me to figure out, like, what to do next. I was shocked at how simple they made this movie. I thought they were gonna do something fucking wild and crazy, and I still think they might. But anyways, my point is that the whole Sid and Gale thing was confusing to me. I'm like, are they done? Sydney said at one point, she was like, I have kids, so I can't rest until this fucker's in the ground. To me, that says that, like, anytime Ghostface shows up and starts killing, how are you not going to show up and help kill him? Because it's the same thing, right? Like, you have kids. You're never going to feel safe if you know a Ghostface is out there. So doesn't Sydney have to come back now? Or she's like, nah, I changed my mind, fuck it. I don't know. But anyways, my point is, I've been unsure about what's going to happen with Sydney and Gale, but they actually say that they may come back. Matt Bellini open says it's early days and we'll see what it is. But for our money, we don't think of it so much as a handoff in the way that some franchises have done it. We think of it more as we have new people in the family. For us, whatever's right for the next one is right. We would love to be able to work with Nev and Courtney again. That was truly a wonderful experience, and they were just so fantastic the whole time. So to be determined, but I sure hope they're going to be in it if there's an it to be in. So I think we've all agreed with the money and everything on the table. They're making a Scream 6. What I wasn't sure about is, are you going to bring them back again? And it certainly sounds like, and you know a lot of this is fucking window dressing. There is no way in fuck, sorry dudes, there's no way in fuck that these guys haven't thought, sat down, had coffee, had a couple brewskis, and fucking talked about what to do with the next movie. What to do with the trilogy. What to do with it, however they do it. There's no way they haven't discussed it. So to me, him saying that, like, I hope they come back, he's going to be knocking on Nev Campbell's door real soon, asking them to come back. To me, that is far more telling that if these guys are the people who bring the story to the forefront next time, Nev and Gale will be back, I think, if they can get them back. And I think they'll be able to get them back, especially since this one did so good. Yeah, they'll be back. if you put a gun to my head right now, or more apropos for this, if you put a knife to my stomach right now, and made me guess, I would bet they're back in the next movie, which I wouldn't have said at the end of the last movie. But so I thought that was really interesting. And one final thing about David goddamn fucking You Can't Kill Arquette. You know, the studio was so worried about them killing him off that they made Radio Silence film an extra scene where a doctor walks in the room and says he'll be fine or something to that effect, or he's going to make it afterwards, just in case they decided that they did not want to kill him off. And Radio Silence was so pissed about that they were like, we were never going to use the fucking thing. They were like, so it's not even a usable shot. Like, we filmed some dude's feet and had like the voiceover, the doctor's legs walking in the room and had the voiceover of him saying he's going to make it. They're like, we were never going to fucking use it. But, so, if you thought Dewey might still be alive, Dewey's definitely not alive. I know somebody said they didn't zoom in on the name tags. I'm like, dude, he got gutted. Like, he got ripped open both halves. Lots of blood on the floor that day. But, if you thought that's the case, that's not the case. He's definitely gone. God damn it. But yeah, I did think that was interesting that they did that. So let me know down below, guys. Do you want Nev and Gale? I always get their names confused with their character names. So guys, comment down below. Let me know. Do you want Gale and Sydney back for Scream 6? Or are you ready to move on and do a story all about the new characters? Comment down below and let me know. I love your fucking faces deep and darkly into the night and forever and always and forever. I hope you guys have an amazing fucking day. Please like and share this video. Clicking the like button helps a big time.